Hello, welcome to GeekyHiJynx, home by the Mischief Makers, and welcome back to another weekly roundup for January week 3. These videos are where I talk about the films and TV shows I've watched, as well as the video games I'm currently playing. And if you don't follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd, make sure you do. The description is down here, I think. I made that this week. But essentially I go on Instagram, I go on Insta Stories, and that's how you can find out what I'm watching that particular night, and you can see me talking about it as the film goes on. So if I'm having a good time, you'll know. If I'm taking a mickey out of it because it's really bad, you'll know also. Then from there, go to Letterboxd, and I'll give a brief summary of how I felt, and then when I make this video, I can talk about it in more detail. Not too much detail though, because I don't need to be here for 10 years because I don't want my mouse life and I can talk your ear off. But anyway, without further ado, and then one other thing, never wear a hoodie in front of a really bright light because I'm melting. But anyway, let's get this show on the road, and I'm going to do this all in one take as always because I love the pressure of potentially screwing up. So anyway, I began my week with what video game am I playing? So I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII, the remake on PlayStation 4. I love that game. Once I've completed it, I'll do a review because there's one thing I want to get into more on my channel is gaming, because my name is GeekyHiJynx, and that's because I'm a huge geek despite my cool and charismatic nature. And essentially, I watch films, I love TV shows of sci-fi, horror, the lot. I mainly talk about horrors because that's my favourite genre, but video games have played a massive part of my upbringing too. Like I love Legend of Zelda, Nintendo, so many games on the PlayStation I played growing up. Final Fantasy VII was one of them on the PlayStation 1. Now I'm playing the remake and it's amazing, but I can't play more than one game at a time because it's like when I watch animes or TV shows, if I find one story or something that's pulling me in more, I forget about the other one and I probably won't go back to the other one ever again. So I learned the hard way. So Final Fantasy VII, I will play it, complete it, and I'll move on to the next one. And the next game I shall be playing is down here still in the cellophane, and that's Star Wars Jedi, can't see it there, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So looking forward to playing that after. One thing I want to do as well later down the line is I want to get a PlayStation 5 and I want to start playing horror games on Twitch because like I mentioned last week in my weekly roundup, I get terrified playing horror games even though I love to watch horror films and they have no effect on me apart from big smiles on my face. When I play a horror game, I crumble like the biggest pussy you've ever seen. So that's something I want to do in the future. So that's the game I'm playing. TV show wise, now I am so behind on a lot of content, not just film wise but TV shows, and one TV show I'm watching from the scratch is The Mandalorian Series 2 or Season 2 because I love Season 1. I kind of enjoyed Season 1 more than the sequel trilogy to the Star Wars movies because it was different, it was something new, and Star Wars is a galaxy far, far away. There's got to be other things going on in this galaxy other than the Skywalkers. So to see The Mandalorian, love that TV show, it was way more grounded, and the threats you get in the films, which are nothing to like a Jedi, in this film, because everyone's more grounded and they haven't got special force powers, they're more threatening, like the AT-STs and TIE fighters, they come across as way more scary. I'm watching the Season 2, I'm enjoying it so far, I'm really I love the character. I've actually forgotten his name. Let's just call it The Mandalorian. I forget his actual name. But I love that with Baby Yoda. I love all the characters in this. I'm about 4 episodes in. Hopefully they don't screw it up. And don't get me wrong, I know Luke Skywalker appears at the end. I'm not I'm on YouTube. I can't avoid all spoilers. It's like No Way Home. If I haven't seen it now, I know everything about it before I've even seen it. So it's fine. But I'm enjoying it as it is anyway. So let's move on to a Netflix show I'm watching at the moment called I've lost it. Okay, I watched something on Netflix on the weekend which was really gripping. Like I only put it on while I was editing my video. I thought I put this on, edit, I'll pay attention. I literally stopped editing and watched this TV show, this series on Netflix, and it's called Puppet Master. It's a true crime documentary. It's about 3 or 4 episodes long. I can't remember now, but it's no more than like 4 or maybe 5, but I think it's 4. And what can I even say about them? Essentially, if you want to know what it's about, Puppet Master should give it away. A puppet master is someone that can manipulate something to move, and in this case it's a horrible human being that manipulates people to do things for him so he can benefit him. So essentially I got the guy's name here because I had it ready. I'm a professional. So the guy is called, basically his name is Robert Hendy Freegard, and this is set in the UK. So essentially, many moons ago, when the IRA were threatening to bomb England, parts of London, everyone was worried, everyone was scared, and this guy basically capitalized on that in that time frame. So he essentially pretended to be a secret agent, part of MI5. So he would worm his way into groups, whether it be he'd work his way into a family because of a friend, he'll get into a relationship, he'd worm his way into any person's life all across the world, crazy enough. And this guy's born in the UK, and he pretends, look, that I'm trying to find out who's planning the next IRA attacks, and I need your help. And then he starts saying to them, okay, we've been busted, they're onto us, we need to leave, you need to abandon your family, you need to abandon your friends, you need to come with me. And that's what they do, and he literally manipulates them and gets into their mind to the point where these people cut off everyone they've ever known in their entire life because they believe in this guy's lies. And he's like the name says it all, puppet master. He's a master manipulator. He manipulates these people to do his bidding, and as a result he's made millions of all these poor people, and it was getting me really angry, this show. And I really recommend you watch it because it's really good but very bittersweet, mainly because the UK justice system is so dumb. And that's not a spoiler or anything, but what I find dumb about life is physical and mental abuse are treated completely different. So if you've got bruises, or you can get done for that, but you can't see bruises in someone's brain, even though there's tons in there. Someone might get off a bit more later due to that. It's like if I was to push someone off a bridge, I get done for murder. But if I was to manipulate someone and control them enough to make them think they had no choice but to jump off a bridge themselves, isn't that the same thing? And that's what's annoying about the show, that I wish I'm not going to say anymore. Hope you haven't ruined anything, but if you have seen it, let me know in the comments. But this guy's a disgrace. If I saw him in the street, I'd have to punch him in the nose. Horrible human being, just it's a very interesting story, and like I said, it's on Netflix now, so definitely check it out. That was Joe Rage Mode. Nah, it just annoys me when bad people do bad things to good people. And so the films I watched this week, not many, I watched as much as I could, but like with editing, filming, you can only fit in so much. So the first film I watched last week was a film called The Father, which is on Amazon Prime now. If you've got a 4K TV, it looks beautiful in 4K. I couldn't believe my eyes how good this looked here. I'm stuttering. I can tell you're lying, causing you're playing. Stutter. So this film's called The Father, and it stars Olivia Colman and Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins won the Oscar for this, and I can see why. I love Anthony Hopkins from his days as Hannibal Lecter. Loved him in that film so much. One of my favourite horrors or films in general. He was fantastic in this. Olivia Colman, I've always liked Olivia Colman ever since our Peep Show days. She can't do anything wrong in my eyes because she's such a nice person in real life, but she's an amazing actress. Essentially, this film, what's really impressive to me is I thought I was going crazy watching it. I was watching it thinking, have I just missed some? What's going on? But I thought I wasn't getting the film. I thought I was just being dumb, and I just wasn't feeling it. And then all of a sudden I realized, wait a second, like I had a penny drop moment. This film's about a man, elderly gentleman, and Hopkins' character, playing someone with dementia and Alzheimer's, and his daughter Olivia Colman is trying to look after him. And you're seeing all these different moments in his life, but they're all jumbled up. That's confusing you, and then you realise, wait a second, this is what it feels like to be him. He's seeing his life out of order, but he's almost experiencing it at the same time. And when that hit me, I was like so impressed. Such a good film. It's very emotional. The acting is off the charts. If you haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime now. Definitely go see it. It's really, really good. And what I like to do with films during the week, I like to go something a bit heavy, something a bit light and heavy, and light and heavy. Because if you watch too many that was my thing last year with Shudder films. I was watching so many Shudders back to back. I was like, help me. So now I'm like, okay, Shudder film. I'll watch a film like The Father, or I can watch a film like Power of the Dog, or then I can go to a film like Mitchell vs. the Machines and Encanto, etc. So I like to mixing up to keep my sanity at bay. So while I watched after The Father the next day, Luca, which is available on Disney Plus now, is a Pixar film, and you'll probably notice a lot of these films came out last year, and I missed about 70% of the films last year because, as mentioned, I was taking so much time to learn how to edit and get my videos done. I missed a lot of films in the process, so I'm doing a lot of catch up, which is great for me because I'll always have things to talk to you about. But then I've got a load of films coming out in the cinema and on Amazon Prime and Netflix to also talk about, so I'm looking forward to that. So Luca's really good. I remember when it came out, I watched a few reviews for it, and like everyone liked it. And I think the main criticism I saw some people say was it's not epic, it's not like Toy Story, it's not like Finding Nemo, it's not like Monsters Inc. And for me, you have to remember, Disney a long time ago did very simple stories, but nothing crazy. And this was a nice, simple story. It's it's about a great friendship about a kid called Luca, who's a sea monster, and he's intrigued by the surface, and he meets this other sea monster, and they leave the ocean, and then they find it's set in Italy, which is really cool, and the film looks amazing. Like, it's some of the best animation visually I've seen in such a long time. So vibrant, it blew my mind how good it looked. That's one thing. The Father and Luca in 4K look amazing. So essentially, when they leave the ocean, they turn into a human, so they don't look like a monster anymore. And it's such a simple premise. They love Vespers, which are like scooters, I suppose. Vespa scooters, moped, whatever you want to call them, but they just want one. And that's what the film's about. They go to a little island, they find a competition, they join this human girl to do this race, almost like the Iron Man challenge, like you cycle, swim, but instead of run, you're eating pasta and stuff. And if you win, you get prize money, and they have prize money, they want to buy a Vespa. Such a simple story, but it's amazing. I love the characters, it's very emotional, and it's just crazy that, it's just a nice simple film. Nothing crazy. I was about to say something was crazy. Nothing crazy, but it's just a nice story. Like, it hasn't got to be over the top or world-ending things. It's just, nice. Next film is, of course, here we are. So, as always, there's a Shudder on my list. This one was called The Last Thing Mary Saw. Got a review coming out on Friday of this. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Essentially, it's a folklore horror. If you like it, it's great. For me, not really my thing, but nor was The Witch or films like The Wicker Man. What's the other one? Midsommar. I like those. So they're not all bad, but they're not my thing. But check out my review on Friday to see what I thought of that one. And then I went into the weekend watching a film on Netflix I should have seen, and most people probably would have thought I've seen this one. And this one's called Army of the Dead. And it's available on Netflix now, and it's just a fun, dumb popcorn film. Nothing crazy, made by Zack Snyder. The intro to it with Elvis, Viva Las Vegas, he does amazing intros. So it was on par for me with The Watchmen. It was really enjoyable. It was like a mini movie in itself, that intro. Really good. Essentially the story is what it is. Las Vegas has been taken over by zombies. Some zombies have intelligence, some don't. And this crew have been hired to go in there and break into a vault to steal all this guy's money, or claim back the guy's money because he left it there and he can't go in because of zombies. And Batista's character has to assemble a crew so they can go in, get it, and leave. And it's good. And he probably saw my face pulling then, and the reason being is it's good. It's just the daughter character of Batista is annoying. I hate characters like this, and they emerge every once in a while in a film, like an action film or Day After Tomorrow kind of a movie, and they just make stupid decisions that end up getting people killed. And if they just took themselves out of the equation, many people would live. And it's because they're going in, this big team of people from the army and all different walks of life, but they're tough people. They're going into this really dangerous area to get for $50 million. And then the daughter wants to tag along with her dad, who's Batista in this case, because a lady she barely knows, and she knows their kids, it goes into this area and she's lost. and she wants to go in and find her. And it's like, look, if like we could be best friends, but like don't come in after me. I'm not coming in after you. I'm not getting eaten alive by zombies. Screw that for a laugh. But she wants to go in and she makes a big deal of it. She has that stereotypical like, oh, look, I'm just gonna go in anyway. Then her dad's gonna make the decision. Like, come along. It's so tropey, and she's just an annoying character. And she like makes decisions to get people killed. It's like if her mission in this film was to get people murdered and like killed in horrible ways, she succeeded. So even though I enjoyed the film, I probably wouldn't watch it again. Even though I enjoyed it, but it's just her character wound me up too much that I couldn't, because I just sometimes dumb decisions really wind me up. So yeah, it's not good. Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't give any of these films rankings, did I? Oh dear, I forgot about that one. But if you want to find out what my rankings are for these films, you can go on Letterboxd and you'll see them there. And then I watched one more film left. I watched the next day another Pixar film, Soul. Again, it was in the cinema for like 2 seconds. I remember seeing the trailer. It was in the cinema and it was out of the cinema. Now I know this has been held up as one of the best Pixar films ever made. It's good. I think it's the best one ever made. It's not like a Toy Story. I would say it's on par with Luca, if I'm honest with you. Like it's a really good story, and I love what Pixar does when it takes a premise like with Inside Out. It takes personalities and mental issues, and they did do something completely unique with it, like the imaginary friend in Inside Out, really smart. And they take something like, where do you start off before you're born? Where do you go after you die? If you have a soul, what happens to it? If you're in a job and it's killing your soul, what happens to it then? I love how they like their twist on things. The characters in this film are really, really interesting. I like Jamie Foxx plays the main character. I forget his name. Is it Robbie or Rob or Bobby? I forget now. But overall, it's a really enjoyable film. Would I recommend it to you to watch? Yeah, definitely. Like if you love animated films and just unique stories, Pixar can never fail. I didn't check the cast for this, but I'm pretty sure Graham Norton's in this. And I haven't checked the cast list, but there's one character and so I thought to myself, he sounds just like Graham Norton. And I'm not going to check after this, so if he is, let me know in the comments, because I would be intrigued. But like I said, Soul is a good film. Not like mind-blowing, or one I'd probably... I'd change my mind. I probably would watch it with people that haven't seen it, but I wouldn't watch it on my own like I would say Toy Story or Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo. But yes, overall, an enjoyable experience sitting in this chair watching that TV. And that's really it, guys. Like I said, I tried to watch as many films as I could in a week, but like I said, I watch, then I've got to record for different types of videos, then I've got to edit, and then I want to get some gaming in too, and you've got to work, and I want to eat. So, you know, adult life stuff. So that's what I've watched. So, what did you think? Did you think, Joe, what he said about those films is wrong? They're all perfect. No, like Luca is terrible. What are you talking about? It's the worst Pixar film ever made. Like, go to the comments, let me know what you thought of the movies I mentioned. Also, one other thing. If there is a film that came out last year that you liked, whether it be a hidden gem that no one's really speaking about, or a film that I haven't watched yet, if you have been watching my weekly roundup videos, and you want me to watch it to see what I think, put it in the comments, because I'll put it on my list of films to watch. I am literally winging it every day. I think this week I'm watching Titan, however you call it, because people have told me to watch it, and I put a little thing on Instagram. Again, that's why you should follow to find out which film I should watch. So I plan on watching Titan, Broadcast Signal, something, Intrusion. I want to watch that. Oh man, the battery's running out again. Ugh. Yeah, I really need to find a way to, you know, have my battery not run out so quick. I charge it before this. I think it's a 41. I need to buy a new one. But like I was saying, if you've got any films you want me to watch, let me know, because I want to watch them. I want to add them to the list so I can talk about them the following week. But essentially, guys, that's another weekly roundup. Thanks for watching, but until next time, stay out of trouble.